and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off from Acrisure. Cordero Patterson now to return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Wilson on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard's Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And that's good for a gain of 5. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win, too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Into the hands of Likely. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Henry's going to try to pick it up. Stiff arm success. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Continuing to move past the 45. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Jackson now on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. One of the tight ends in motion left. 1st down throw for Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's taken down at the 30.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Lamar now from the gun. He has the 1st over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Henry on the option. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll send their tight end right. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's on the move.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Chased out to his right. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Wilson now from the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Cameron Johnston on to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. He'll start from the 39. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar off to play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Putting the tight end in motion. From the gun, Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down, here's Lamar. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. That's 8 yards on that run, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Man in motion here. 2nd down, here's an option to the right. And he runs it across, touchdown! The Ravens take a 13-0 lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Coming in for the stop was Michael Pierce. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 from the 41. Warren here from the gun. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play, but they will take that execution every time.
Wilson on 1st and 10. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Running behind center with Harris. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Harris once more. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Throw on 3rd down. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Harris will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Russ now from the gun. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers lower the deficit to a single possession. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Deontay Hardy to return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Jackson. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. From the 34, connects with Bateman. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, Jackson splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
One of the tight ends motioning left. This is Henry on 2nd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Neither side separating much so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. Another run for Henry. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're gonna mark it a little before the 20. The Steelers and Russell Wilson headed back to the field now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Sanusi Kane able to make that stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's 2nd and 5. State pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Russ setting to throw. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10 give to Harris. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Russ off the play fake. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Russ looking to throw. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Brandon Stevens has it. Has room down the left sideline. Hits the 20. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Patterson now to return it. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Wilson. Throwing the out route complete. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, it's Wilson. Caught by Freiermuth. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now Wilson on the play fake. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Wanted to get that one to Mike Williams. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
The Steelers set to punt it. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this one sails out, no return on the punt. Baltimore running its offense out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Into the hands of Likely. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
He takes it himself. He's contained at the line for no gain. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Man in motion, headed right. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer, but give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Jackson now on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Jordan Stout on now to punt. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action, it's Wilson. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
On play action now, Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
And the Ravens go in nickel, 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. Flush down now to pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family, because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Here's Cameron Johnston to punt it away once more. Steven Sims deep to return. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. This is ahead for about 5. That stop made by T.J. Watt. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the gun, Jackson. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. Third time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's able to get this down to the 36. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Out of the gun, Henry. Brushes him off with ease. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They motion the tight end over. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
One of the tight ends motioning right. Now Jackson on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Bullock's kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Catch made by Austin. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Najee takes this one. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers facing a deficit near the break. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now here's Russ. He has the first over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down, here's Russ. Escapes the pocket. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 6 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers chop some of the lead off before the half. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Okay, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Hardy on the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First down, here's Lamar. Gets this one to Andrews. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Motioning the tight end now. On first down, Jackson. Henry on the catch. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They send a tight end in motion. And again, it's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Jackson yet again. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there, and just 11 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Lamar throwing again. And he'll be touched down after a big play. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime reports. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Now Boswell on to send this away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Connects with Bateman. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down throw for Jackson. Taken in by Likely. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 42. Makes the grab in bounds left side. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Tight end motioning right. Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
They go play fake with Jackson. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Trying for it with the option. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers offense headed out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Going to Harris to start the half. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Wilson now, 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Completed here to Pickens. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Third and a lone yard coming up. They'll try to run it with Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. And this one doesn't go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They give to Harris from the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Staying on the ground with Harris. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And got his man, that's a Pittsburgh touchdown! The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers get it back to a 14-point game. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. He's got to gain a 6 there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They put Flowers in motion right. Play action. Here's Jackson. He'll get this to Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Jackson now on third. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. That's taken in by Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Henry on the option, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And he has it all the way down to the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Man in motion out of the slot. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Ravens make it a 3-possession game. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Justin Matabike making that stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Wilson now off the play action. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
A give left side. Here's Harris. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Russ now from the gun. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's a Steelers' 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. Going right side, Harris with it. And he gets him around 6 there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 29. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That's a pickup of 9. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
2nd and 3 now. Wilson looking to throw. Getting out to his left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Russ setting to throw. Warren's got it, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here's Harris. And he's brought down for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a fourth down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Slot man motioned over. This is Henry on 2nd. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Putting a receiver in motion. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. Lamar now from the gun. Connects with Bateman. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Ravens with possession and a big enough lead already. They can probably coast the rest of the way. Second and 6 coming up here. It's an option to the left side. Look at that work, churning those legs, driving across the 15. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 9 here. Sending a tight end in motion left. We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him maybe a yard on that play, Brock. Still 7 to go on 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
He's on the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Ravens put up even more points in a win. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 31. Completed to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's a Steelers 1st down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
1st down, here's Russ. This finds Austin complete. And this one does not go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 36. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Russ is cooking again. Gets this one to Harris. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing again. Here's Wilson. Rolling left, buying some time.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 38. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Looking for a tuck. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's tackled for a short gain.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick slant, that's Williams. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming. But more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They've got a man in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. Here comes their offense out again. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. He's on the move. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Wilson on 1st and 10. Hits him on the in route. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
2nd and 3 now. From the 43. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Escapes the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Russ now from the gun. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Running behind center with Harris. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. To throw, here's Wilson. Warren's got it, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They send the tight end in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Once more, it's Wilson. This throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Wilson to throw again. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers putting up points in a game decided. George Pickens the touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, Henry. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. It's Henry on the counter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another run for Henry. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.